Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for the month of May 2020. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing the Lover's card, your air sign cousin Gemini here, and the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. And the Emperor. Oh my gosh. Wedding bells, perhaps. Okay. Oops, the Fool card flew out there. Aries energy. I do feel like there, you know the saying, there is no risk without reward. And I feel like, did I just say this in the Capricorn reading? I think so. Like that phrase. But also, you don't want to be foolish, right? There's always a balance and a fine line. And we did have a full moon in Scorpio earlier today, right? Which is all about, well, I did a reading for it, and the energies that came up in the reading for me were very much so about balance and about temperance, okay? So that's just the message that I'm getting. And temperance, the temperance card is also fire energy, like Aries with the Fool here. Temperance is Sagittarius. So let me just get a few more shuffles. Yeah, because I feel like if you act in haste, or if you act, like let's say if you don't follow your intuition, you actually run the risk of not getting what you want, okay? And you don't want that, right? No. So let's see. I'm doing a 5-card reading, and we'll clarify where needed. Death coming up first in the reverse, Scorpionic energy. And again, we do have a full moon in Scorpio today. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, you, or Aquarius, air energy, with the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio energy here, okay? I do feel like there is a transformation. It's like literally the way that I'm seeing the cards is there's a transformation happening to both of these people or individuals or energies, as well as between them, okay? And again, similar kind of energy picked up on in parts of the Capricorn reading. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, you may want to go check out that reading as well. 8 of Cups, okay, which typically represents some type of walking away energy, okay? But I am seeing the Queen of Cups and the 8 of Cups. It's almost like I'm seeing wish fulfillment on the one hand, and then I'm seeing regret on the other hand. And again, I feel like this is happening, like it's almost like one is happening to the other. What am I trying to say? Yeah, it's like someone's getting wish fulfillment, someone else is like regretting something, or feels like, perhaps I'm getting like a fear of missing out, or like I missed an opportunity, okay? And also energy that I picked up on in the full moon in Scorpio reading that I did earlier today as well. But yeah, I just feel that kind of energy where someone's walking into wish fulfillment, another person is feeling like disappointment, okay? But it's almost like this transition, this change was like meant to happen. And there we have it, the 5 of Cups, okay, which is crowning the reading. Very much so, it's very emotional kind of energies, it seems here, okay? Like whatever is transpiring, whatever the situation is, it feels to be very tied to the heart center or the heart chakra, as well as the throat. I feel like there's been a lot of communication, perhaps around feelings, that kind of thing, okay? I am going to clarify likely all of the cards here in the middle. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I'm getting off of these cards. I've already talked about death and transformation energy. Queen of Cups, like I mentioned, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I do feel like there was, okay, it does feel like if this is related to a relationship, like there was, and again, this is having resonance with the Capricorn reading that I just did, love in the past, like romantic love, passion. I'm feeling like that's part of the change that's happening here, okay? And I feel like that's perhaps what's being communicated, is perhaps how someone's feelings have changed, or perhaps they're just making other sorts of decisions, okay? Is what I'm feeling like. It's like, it almost feels like I'm making a decision for me and no longer like what might be in the best interest of an us, because I don't know, it just feels like there's very sort of singular energy here. And though it does feel like there's a connection or relationship in which this transformation is happening as well, it feels like these individuals are on individual paths of transformation. And again, I feel like wish fulfillment on the one hand, and I do feel sort of like a little bit of sadness, regret, okay, about the past, perhaps even guilt. Five of Cups, it's very interesting because neither of these Cups card has their typical representation, right? Eight of Cups, again, usually shows like a figure sort of walking away, right, from past emotional attachments, which I am getting that there's like this end to an attachment or a connection, okay? But I am feeling like, you know, in retrospect or in hindsight, it's like someone maybe wishes they had done things differently or something like that. It just feels like a regretful kind of energy. And in addition to the walking away, okay, which I'm also seeing. And with the Five of Cups here, right, Five of Cups energy is usually about, you know, paying attention to past disappointments, regrets, sadness, to the detriment of paying attention to what lies ahead in the future, right? There's usually 3 cups spilled over and 2 cups still standing upright in a typical representation of the Five of Cups. But like I said, these cards are a bit different. And in fact, all the cups are spilled over in almost all of these, in both of these cards, okay? There's something else I'm picking up from these cards specifically, and I do feel like this pertains to one individual in particular in this connection. Could be both, and I actually feel like there does feel like there was sort of an addictive or a codependent sort of quality or aspect here. Could very well have been around drinking, right, with just all the cups there, but it could be any sort of vice or sort of attitudinal or behavioral kind of thing, okay? It feels like a cycle of behavior, okay? But I do feel like someone may be currently, or again, there's this crowning the reading, there might be like some sort of addiction or addictive behavior, okay, again, specifically around alcohol for one or both of the parties involved, like I mentioned. That was one thing. What was the other thing? Shoot, I said 2, and then the other thing just sort of floated away. If it comes back to me, I will let you know. Oh yeah, okay. I do feel like someone also, or again, it does feel like this might be part of the addiction or the codependency, but it does feel like there is like perhaps, you know, and this could definitely be related to any sort of addiction or, you know, drinking problem, but it does feel like there's this element of depression or anxiety, okay, wrapped up in this sadness, fear, guilt, shame, regret. This energy, okay, feels quite heavy. What's sort of like happening on either side, okay? And it could be just like the sort of 3D implications of whatever is going on. What do I mean when I say that? Like, you know, oftentimes if we have in soulmate connections or in karmic connections, it's like we were meant to come together to learn certain lessons about each other, or mostly actually usually about ourselves, but to learn them together. And then there's perhaps a time where that connection is meant to end and to part. And that, right, like it's like parting is such sweet sorrow, right, to quote Shakespeare. But like, it's like, I heard this before, and I've said this to a couple clients recently. It's like everything is already outlined in the 5D space, right? That as above, so below motif, right? It's already outlined. It's already happened. We're just playing it out now in our 3D environment on this earth, in our 3D forms, in our bodies, right? And going through the motions of that, right? I'm not trying to make it sound trite, but it's like that can be very hard, even though we know that that's the best thing for us, okay? I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. So let's get some clarifiers. I'm seeing the 4 of Wands with the 6 of Cups. Definitely could be a past life connection. Could have been married in past lives, okay, or married in the past. I'm seeing the 8 of Swords reverse, which again did come up in the Capricorn reading. So we're going to clarify, like I said, all 3 of these cards. Clarify the Death reverse. Okay. Four of Cups, yeah. It does feel, again, it's like wish fulfillment and then regret and sadness, because I feel like someone's being gifted or granted here a new opportunity, whereas someone else feels like they've lost out on an opportunity, okay, with this Four of Cups energy here. But again, it's like this was actually meant to happen here, okay, with this Death card, which is major arcana energy, because it's part of each person's cycle of growth and development, part of the lesson that they were supposed to learn in whatever the situation is, okay? Definitely does feel very much like an interpersonal relationship, romantic, friendship, family, you know, dynamic or relationship. Less so work, but it could be, right? Because it could be any sort of facet. Clarify the Eight of Cups. Clarify. Okay. The flew face down. The Star, healing, okay? This is going to be healing, I think, for all parties. On the one hand, in terms of, because I do feel like whomever is walking away is walking into wish fulfillment. That's how I'm feeling anyway. And I feel like, again, that's sort of like what was meant to happen. I'm feeling like this individual is like really walking into something quite powerful and new. I almost like felt like I saw someone like walking out onto a stage or something like that, okay? And for the other person, right, who might experience regret or sadness or sorrow, might be struggling with addiction, specifically alcohol, drinking, or, you know, depression, anxiety. I feel like even though this is a tough lesson to learn, again, it's part of their path and their growth. And I feel like ultimately, right, if they can really, if they can deal with their emotions in a healthy way, that will ultimately lead to healing for them as well. Aquarian energy here with the Star card, right? And I am seeing this full moon energy. So again, to me, it does feel very related to whatever's happening, any thoughts or ideas or messages or whatever may be transpiring between two people or in a situation, especially around this full moon in Scorpio, right? Which the energy lasts for a month. So finally, clarify the Five of Cups. The Tower, yeah. This is, right, the Tower comes in because we've built on faulty foundations. And so the Tower crumbles, right? The relationship dissolves, the job goes away, whatever the Tower may be, right? Sudden and unexpected change, a falling out or something like that. The Tower comes in because it was meant to happen. And I do feel like it's a it's a very intuitively led and called for decision there, because I see like the eye of intuition is like, I know that this Tower has to happen, okay? More Scorpio energy here. If you have Scorpio energy in your chart or you're dealing with a Scorpio, I do feel like this Scorpio, okay, with the Death card, and I feel like the Scorpio is the Tower, okay? That's how I'm just feeling here. Again, so Libra, whether that's you because you have Scorpio energy, or it could just be your transformative energy, or if you're dealing with a Scorpio, okay? All right. Let's get your oracles. What oracle do I want to use? Okay, let's get messages from your animal spirit guides, and I'll probably get one more and then close the reading. I just heard like, let the Tower fall. Let the Tower fall. Okay, that flew out quickly. Trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. Yeah, I do feel like this is hard. And then emu, this is a good time to go on an adventure. That's cute, because I have seen emus lately and they are adorable, although they kicked my dog. Camel, yeah, trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. I'm gonna read for this card. And then, like I said, I'll get another one and then we'll close the reading. It's getting dark in here, so I need to put some lights on too. Okay. Sometimes it feels like you're journeying across a vast, lifeless desert that stretches beyond the horizon with no end in sight. Traipsing across the seemingly barren landscape before you, you thirst for comfort and solace during these times. Your thirst for comfort and solace during these times can most readily be satisfied by looking to your inner resources. All the experiences you've had in your lifetime, the challenges you've successfully faced, and the wealth of knowledge you've accumulated can be called on to not only cope with any type of adversity that presents itself, but to help you move forward with courage and determination. First, identify where you want to go, and then proceed slowly, steadily, and deliberately toward that objective. As you move along, cast away your fears, doubts, and hesitations whenever they arise, letting the four winds lift them up to the sun to be burned away. Ease your mind and heart and know that all is well and that you are protected at all times. Call upon those helping spirits who have assisted you up until this point in your journey. You have what it takes and you will get through this. And other associations are resourcefulness, determination, steadiness, fortitude, endurance, stamina, focus, optimism, which is supremely important right now, containment, centeredness, adaptability, equality, justice, which is you, Libra, strength, survival, replenishment, positivity, and accomplishment. Cool. All right, what other? I think I'm gonna get a goddess guidance. They're just calling me. These two decks called me. I used two other ones in the Capricorn reading. If you check that out, you shall see. So a few shuffles. I saw peace and sensitivity, okay? I'm not gonna read what the cards state, but I just feel like for whomever that might be a message, I think that will just naturally resonate. And I just saw unconditional love for yourself as well as for others, right? Or perhaps that's an issue in the relationship. Maeve, cycles and rhythms. Gosh, I love this card. It's so beautiful. Look at that color. I love this color. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. And that's what a perfect card to come out on the day of the full moon. Sekhmet, be strong there at the bottom, okay? I'm seeing a lot of like lion, lioness energy. We're calling upon your inner strength and guidance, right? As the previous card, the camel card, talked about. So I'll read for this and then close the reading. Maeve, cycles and rhythms. All of life is cyclical. The moon, the stars, and the very universe. Life inhales and then exhales again. So why should you be surprised or upset that you too have cycles? There are times when you feel energized, awake, and alive. There are other times when you feel isolated and shy. Your body too goes through pronounced cycles and changes. Celebrate these rhythms and embrace them as the essence of the life blood that courses through you. It says other various meanings of this card. Could be referring to female gynecological changes. You ladies know what that are. Make time to rest, okay, which has been coming up for a lot of the collective right now. Initiate steps to alleviate depression or lethargy. And again, I did pick up on that energy in the reading. Take better care of your body. Seek support for dealing with emotional crises. Allow yourself to grieve or take time off. Know that this lull won't last forever, and a doorway of opportunity has opened up and you need to walk through it now. It says about the goddess Maeve. A Celtic goddess, Maeve celebrates her femininity. Her sexual appetite is legendary, and she's been said to favor kings as her lovers. Legend says that Maeve invoked labor pains on an army seeking to invade her land, and that she demanded that the battle cease during her menstrual cycle. Call upon Maeve for relief from pain associated with feminine cycles, labor and delivery, or menopause. Or I would even stretch that to say, right, for both you ladies and men who might be watching, for any sort of emotional pain or emotional processing that you're needing to go through, call upon this goddess, okay? So Libras, I'm gonna close the reading down there. If you like this reading, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website. I'd also appreciate a follow or subscribe to my newsletter, as well as a podcast that I co-host called The Self-Care Kickback, available on, oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess this up, Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Anchor. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading, Libra. Take care, bye.